My name's Ken Girvan. I started a small printing company 24 years ago, and we've grown to 19 people, and we do lithographic printing, digital printing. We also do giftware and signage. Manufacturing Advisory Service approached us several years ago, and they mail shotted us, and we actually then said, yes, perhaps it's time to look into this a bit further. And that was about 18 months ago. Very simply, MAS identifies areas that we can target, makes them measurable and allows us to improve them. Well, the cost involved with MAS is the fact that it was a 50% funding with government support and with ourselves, and the cost to us was a little over £2,000. When you break that down to the amount of time that was actually involved with John, who was the MAS representative here, I think it was good value because he asked a lot of questions, he did a lot of homework, he set up a lot of our reporting systems which allowed us to have graphs for our KPIs and actually identify minutely the areas where things were going awry and where we could improve. The support was actually quite surprising. It was better than we thought. Our advisor was very focused on getting to the real bottom of the questions and asked lots of times, why do we do this, why do we do that? Our initial reaction was, well, it's always been done that way, and that was our comfort zone. He was taking us out of our comfort zone and saying, well, why do you do that? And then when we actually did that, he allowed us to then put in performance indicators to monitor why we were doing things so that we could allow ourselves to go back, look at it and actually make it better. We approached our staff together with John from MAS and explained what we were going to try and do and what we were going to try and achieve. We wanted to make sure that they were all on board, which they were, that they understood what we were trying to achieve and what we were trying to do. And they were asked to actually get involved in creating the performance indicators for each of their departments. We measure the success of the improvements through looking and monitoring the graphs which we've set up. We have key performance indicators for critical bits of each operation. And what we've done is we record on a daily basis what's happening. So for argument's sake, in our plate making department, as the plates are made, each plate is made. If there is a problem with it, if the plate is fogged or if there's a kink in the plate, we will actually identify that as a specific fault. That then allows us to analyse that at the end of the month and go back and say we had 4 fogged plates, for example. What's the problem there? And it could be that it was maybe a packaging problem on the plates when they came into us, or maybe it's how we stored it. We go back and have a look. We don't tend to waste very many plates, probably maybe 4 or 5 a month, but it's still 4 or 5 too many. And if we can actually get to 100% yield on all the plates that we use, then obviously that's got to show itself up in the bottom line. I'm very pleased with the return on the investment because it's allowing us to actually drill down, get to the bottom of things, make things better, which will automatically go on to our bottom line. For any business that wants to approach MAS, the 3 top tips are very simple. Go in with no prejudged ideas, make it totally open, give the MAS advisor a totally free hand to talk to anybody and everybody, and communicate with all your staff, because it's not a blame culture, it's a learning culture where we make the business more efficient.